What is happening, everyone? Thanks for tuning into Ham Radio Tube. Usually on Mondays, we have a segment called Mailbag Monday, where if you have an amateur radio-related question, you can shoot me an email, K8MRD@iCloud.com, and you may have one of your questions featured on an episode of Mailbag Monday. But every now and again, we like to respond to mean comments from the channel or from emails. It's just comedy gold. So this is one of those episodes, and I hope you enjoy. This first comment wasn't something that was sent to me. This was sent to my very dear friend, Vern6, KV5SIX, and this guy wants us to know that he is a real ham. And this guy, I'm going to tell you, there's a special place in hell for this guy. He writes, to Vern, well, aren't you just something special, Mr. Chubbs? Buying friends I see at Huntsville. I bet nobody even shows up to your stupid pavilion party. You're such a dumb, fat, rich guy. No wonder you have no friends and 2 divorces. Be a real ham and contribute something besides your money and that chub face. Close your channel. Nobody wants to see that chuck of meat you call a face. What is it with some hams that just, they want to prop themselves up and prove to the world that they're worth more than other people by calling themselves a real ham? You're not a real ham if this, or you're not a real ham if that. Well, I got to tell you, Vern6 is a very, very dear friend of mine. There's not too many people I know on the face of the earth that are more kind, more giving, more selfless than Vern. So backstory, Vern6 was kind enough to rent out the pavilion at the Huntsville Ham Fest at Montesano State Park so everyone could come and enjoy the weekend and hang out. Friday we did a POTA, Saturday we did a barbecue, and he's not the only one. Everybody comes and contributes. They bring food, grills, beer, ice, coolers, pop, chips, side dishes, condiments, plates, silverware, everything, radios, antennas, you name it. It's a communal thing where everyone gets together and have fun. But this guy specifically hates Vern because he did something selfless and paid for the pavilion for everyone to have fun. And I got to tell you, buddy, unfortunately, your plans backfired because this is Saturday. Everyone came out. There's probably 80 people in this picture, and even more than that showed up. It was an absolute amazing turnout both Friday and Saturday. So Mr. A Real Ham, the guy even went out of his way to make a realham@gmail.com. I think he's deleted that account, but try and email him and tell him your thoughts on it. I don't know if it'll work, but yeah, some people. Sad Ham of the Year award right there to A Real Ham. Next, we have a guy who just doesn't appreciate the metric system. This is on my video where I compared the 9-to-1 and the 49-to-1 doing Whisper, and Whisper gives results in kilometers. This Barry in 1778 writes, I wish you would have used miles instead of kilometers. You didn't tell me anything. Did not get anything out of this test. Like, dude, it's ham radio. What band are you on? 20 meters. 2 meters, 70 centimeters, 160 meters. It's all metric. Everything is metric. The whole world, all flat disk of it, uses the metric system except the U.S. So my response to this guy was, if only there were a series of interconnected computers across the world that exchange information, and you'd be able to find a way to convert kilometers into miles. Like, dude, how are you a ham if you don't understand? You don't have to understand the whole metric system, but good God, man, you got nothing out of the video. So if you have 2,500 kilometers and 2,000 kilometers, one of those numbers is bigger. I would think you'd still be able to extrapolate that one of those numbers is bigger and get some kind of information out of it. But Barry N, nope, he's a kilometer hater. What can you do? Next, we have a Bofang hater. How do you hate a Bofang? This is in response to me and T.O. did a video, so now you've got a Bofang. What next on our Tech Tuesday? Brian Madonna, 2873. Send it back, sell it, or throw it out. He does not like the Bofang. But I got news for you, buddy. A Bofang UV5R is the reason that I am into ham radio. That's the first radio I bought. It's the first radio a lot of people buy to get in the hobby. So you got one side of the hobby that cries that, oh, the hobby's dying, the hobby's dying. And then you got the other side of the hobby that just wants to convince you that they're a real ham. You're not a real ham because you have a bowfang. And look at this guy's picture. Prima donna, we should call him. He looks like, are you taking a dump when you took this? He's like nice avatar, buddy. Go back to being a real ham, man. If that's what being a real ham is like, I don't want to be a real ham. There's so much hate in the world. Ain't nobody got time for that. That's why we make these videos, because it's so much fun to just laugh at these people. This guy does not like music, and this one hits me. I mean, hell, I'm wearing a Metallica shirt. I'm a musician. Fucks 99.99 writes good information, but the background music is annoying. Well, I got news for you, buddy. Literally everything you watch on TV, watch on YouTube, hear on the radio, everything has music in it. Everything. It's all background. Your favorite movies, all filled with sound. That's what a soundtrack is for. They used to sell CDs and cassettes of a movie's soundtrack, all the songs that were in it. So we put music very, very quietly in the background of videos so it fills up the dead space, just adds a little bit of life to it. Otherwise, it would just sound like this. And that's pretty darn boring. So, yeah, every now and again I get a comment like this, just the background music, blah, blah, blah. I don't know. I don't get it, man. Watch any video in the world, there's music to it. Otherwise, it's just, it's poor production quality. But, hey, thanks for watching, though. I appreciate it. This next comment is a comment that I got from our last Mike Reed's Hateful Comments, where I spoke about my views on religion. And Man of Faith 2501 writes, I agree with you on your view of religion. Let me read that again. I agree with you on your view of religion, but unfortunately you don't seem to have a relationship with the Lord Jesus Christ. Someday your knee will bend to him along with everyone else. So you can't agree with me on my view of religion because my view of religion is that religion is dumb. I referenced zombie Jesus in the last video. So how can you agree with me and then tell me that I'm going to bend to Lord Jesus? Listen, what if Christianity is the wrong religion? What if the Jews were right? That's all I got to say. So yeah, poor confused man of Jesus. Well, hopefully he will save your soul. Didn't Jewel write that song? Who will save your soul? It's Jesus Christ. There you go. All right. Got some gun haters. Ham radio. I got into ham radio because of my love for guns and the prepping mindset and all. That's how I got it. Gun lover first, then a ham radio operator. Been shooting guns literally my entire life. So this guy, in response, at field day I did, me and Frank went on, I bought a new 22 rifle and he had a suppressor for it. Did a video on that. He says, radio stuff, no thanks. And we got another one here. It says, I came here for radio stuff and have no appetite for this content. Unfortunately, this is an unsubscribe for me. Well, see you later. Don't care. You guys know that the little pictures, where is it? These things right here are called thumbnails. So usually we try and capture the essence of the video in a thumbnail, show you what it's about. But then there's also a subject line and a description. We put all kinds of stuff when we make videos to tell the viewer before they watch the video what it's about. Literally everyone in the world has free choice. Whether you live in a free country or a communist country, you still have free choice. You chose to click on this video where you could have just as easily chose to not click on this video and watch it. So who's the idiot now? If you don't like the subject of a video, don't watch it. It's that simple, and we can move on. We don't all agree on the same things. That's okay. That's what makes us human. Don't click on the videos. We got another gun hater here. Made it to a minute 19 on this video, then bailed out. I respect you other hobbies, but pretty distasteful brandishing in my opinion. 73s, over and out, unsubscribe. So he's talking about, again, last comment. I showed a gun. Here's a gun. Look at that, right for you. It's a camera. There's literally no one in the house. Totally safe. But brandishing a gun. Very distasteful. So there you are again. This is a Glock 45 caliber. This shoots big ones. These are big bullets. Look, I got Federal Hydroshock rounds in there. Those are meant to really, really hurt. So there you go. Another brandishing for you. Back to basics. It's a play on words because he's a bass player, I bet. Well, see you later. The greatest thing, it's several months later since I've made my video of how APRS is the most useless mode in ham radio. We got a couple guys not happy. Mr. WX Field or Weatherfield. Put up or shut up. Bruniga, put up. What have you done? Well, what have I done? I created a YouTube channel. I've inspired people literally around the world. I get emails about this, especially back in the day when POTA wasn't really very big. I got emails from a guy in England. I got an email from a guy in New Zealand that said that my videos, just my Parks on the Air videos, inspired them to want to get Parks on the Air set up in their own countries. So they got a hold of the powers that be in the Parks in the Air program. And now Parks on the Air is in England and New Zealand, and it's pretty much worldwide now. I get emails from people telling me that I've inspired them to get into ham radio. I do this show every day or every Monday where I answer people's questions about ham radio, other than when we're making fun of stupid comments. So yeah, inspiring people around the world, I'd say is pretty darn good. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. You tell me, but that's what I've done. This other guy, 503 Nicks, just says, walk that APRS negativity back. My response to him was no. Still, I love it. I love it. There's so many guys that come to defense of APRS. They all still reverberate the same darn thing. It's awesome. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Finally, I did it. I am number one. Okay? Number one in what, you're asking? I don't have the most YouTube subscribers. What could it possibly be? Well, I have done the worst field day ever. This guy, Paul3681, writes, the worst field day report I have ever watched. It was a big advert for all of the suppliers you may have gotten freebies from. And, this is the best part, the worst mode to use on field day, FT8, which should be banned from field day. Reason? There's no skill in FT8. Would not call you guys for emergency comms. Well, let me ask, is there skill in picking up a microphone and talking? I mean, yeah, you got to learn how to talk as a kid, but, that's about it. Buddy, don't take yourself too seriously, man. This is ham radio. It's a hobby. Some say, yeah, it's a service. Okay, it can be. 99.99999% of the time, ham radio is a hobby. We're having fun. We're making contacts. And it's guys like you, like the other guys, the real ham guy. Maybe you and the real ham guy should get together and be real hams together and show everybody why you're so much better than everyone else. Just amazing. But hey, just like the Detroit Lions had the most losing season of any team in football ever, they're not number one in wins, they're number one in losses. And just like this, I am number one in making the worst field day video this guy has ever watched. And I'm not going to lie, I'm a little touched here. I'm a little verklempt, getting a little choked up here in the cockles of my heart, okay, I'll tell you. So much negativity. But it's so fun to just laugh at him, because that's the greatest thing you can do to him. It's just the best way to piss off someone who's being negative. Just laugh at him. Just laugh at him. Guys, if you have an amateur radio related question, shoot me an email at K8MRD@iCloud.com. Thanks for watching another Ham Radio Tube. We'll see you next time.